Hey guys, it's Kern from AileronRC, and today I'm going to be going over the new AileronRC Trainer. Now, this plane flies extremely well, and it's a very, very good beginner plane. I'd call this a first or second plane. It's definitely a beginner level. It flies extremely smooth, and it's also fairly simple to build. And today I'm going to be giving you the dimensions and flight characteristics of this plane. So here we go. The wingspan of this plane is 30 inches from here to here. If you're watching this and you do not know what a wingspan is, pretty simple. The wing length from here to here is about 5.5 inches. The center of gravity, which is very important, is about 2 inches back from the leading edge. So right around here, so right where the wing, where the airfoil curve of the wing is. And I will tell you how I got this curve into the plane later in this video. The length of this plane from the front to the back, not including the rudder length, is approximately 19 inches. You can pretty much make this plane the plane shape, body shape, anything you want, as long as it fits the wing and the elevator and rudder in the correct places. Now I kind of modeled this after between a Piper Cub and also a little bit of the Mini Bike, which is another very, very good trainer. And speaking of the Mini Bike, this whole power system that I'm using here, this motor, the battery, the ESC, the servos back here, this is all from the Mini Bike power package that you can get from Heads Up Hobby for all in like one little kit for 40 bucks. And it's really nice. That's what I'm going to be using for this. You can also just use whatever other electronics you want. It's a pretty flexible kit. Anyway, back to the specs. The height of the plane, from the bottom to the top, is approximately 3.5 inches at most. It shouldn't really matter too much how high you get it. The rudder is 5 inches from top to bottom down here, top to bottom. From the front of the rudder to the back of the rudder is, I got it all written down here, 4 inches. The elevator span from here to here is 9.5 inches, and the elevator length, so from here to here, is 3.5 inches. And as you can see here, it's kind of split up into two sections. So how I kept both of them operating on the same level is I put a little hole right here in the rudder, and I put this little piece of a little skewer, like flight test uses. I cut a skewer out, like the ones you use for shish kebab and stuff, and I glued that on there. Also for the wing struts, I also used a skewer. Pretty simple. And I think that's almost it for the specs. For the landing gear is completely optional, of course. I'm not sure how long it is. I think I use, let's see, I use .047 push rod, 30 inches total. That's what I got in my my long packet here, and it works great. These wheels, just use any. You can use any wheels. Use Flight Test's little tip of using a hot glue to keep the wheels in there, and tape on the other side because the wheels tend to kind of hike up on the diagonal of the struts. But what I did here is I had one long piece and I kind of wrapped it around, if you can see it there, wrapped it around all the way going down here. So you can pretty much make them any length that you want as long as the propeller is not hitting the ground. So that's it for the specs of the lengths and everything of this plane. Now I'll give you all the electronic speculations, and then I'll wrap it up. So now we're gonna do the electronics. I got all this electronics kit in one package from Heads Up RC, as I've already said before. It uses the Mini Byte Power package, which is for another great little trainer plane, and it's really nice because you get the ESC, the motor, and all the servos all in one nice cheap package. So for the servos here, I got two 5-gram servos glued to the side of the fuselage here, and then I got a Spectrum receiver. This does not come with it. You're going to need to supply your own transmitter and receiver for this plane. Up in this little cavity here, I have a Heads Up RC 10 amp electronic speed control to power the motor, and I have a Power Up 250 slow fly motor with, and it comes with a built-in prop saver. And if you get this kit, it comes with an extra prop too. But you may need to pick up some extra ones besides those because these props are very flimsy and they can break easy, especially if you're going to be flying on concrete. This kit also comes with easy connectors for servo push rods, and extra O-rings, these things, which are really helpful for the prop saver. Now, as you can see, you might be saying, oh, there's no prop saver on there. That's because I lost mine. Don't worry about that, it comes with one. And if it doesn't, or if you lose it, it's just really easy to stick the rubber band right back on there. I haven't had any problems so far. Now, the batteries that you can use for these, they recommend a 3-cell 350 milliamp hour battery. They do sell one, but I'm not sure if it's in stock right now. I know it wasn't in stock of mine. But on the Mini Byte website, you can also use, it says you can also use anything from 350 to about 700 milliamp hours in capacity. So I have a little zippy compact battery that I got from Hobby King, just really cheap. 500 milliamps, and that works great. I get about 20 minutes of flying time at about half power, because that's really all you need to keep this thing in the air, and it's really, really nice. So you can, oh yeah, and the C rating on this is 35C. I believe it's on this too. You can probably use anywhere from 20 to 35C on this. It's not going to matter too much. I mean, you don't need a whole lot of power for this plane. It has so much lift with these wings. And, alright, so now we're going to get to some of the building techniques. And in the future, I may also do a build-along video, which might be posted in this article that I'm posting. And I will also show you basically everything about it and what I used. Up here, I have a 1/4 ounce little weight just stuck on there. That evens out the CG. You're gonna want that. And also for the battery position, you're going to want this all the way forward in the plane, right there. Inside of this, you're gonna have a little cavity, you slip it in, and you slide it all the way up. What I usually do to keep the battery in there is I put a piece of tape on the back of this, and then I shove it in and stick the tape to the walls back there. You can also use Velcro or whatever you want if you want to put Velcro on this battery. But that's how you get the battery in and the other things. And also the CG. So you're going to want one of these weights. You can pretty much just use anything you want up there as long as it's 1/4 ounce and it doesn't take a lot of space up. So as you can see, the wing is kind of curved in an airfoil-like shape right here. And how I did that was I measured 2 inches from the back of the wing, and I marked it, and then I put a piece of tape over that 2-inch mark all the way up the edge, and then what I did was I pushed the wing against the table in that in the 2 inches back mark until I got this airfoil shape. Now you need this tape here, otherwise the wing will split in half and it won't work. And also what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to peel the tape, or peel the paper off the top of your foam board. This is all Dollar Tree foam, by the way. You're going to have to take the paper off so you can bend it, and it can be more malleable, and it will come to you. Now, I mean, the front of this is all beat up, and it may not look like it, like I used paper, but I did. I used Dollar Tree foam here, but it's all ripped up because I've had problems with the landing gear and taping it up, and that has come off multiple times. And I finally actually glued it because I was testing out the landing gear, and the tape, it worked, so now I permanently glued it in there. I think that's about it. Please tell me if I missed anything. I probably will be posting a build-along video, and also definitely a flight video that will be in this article. And so that's about it. So see you guys next time on AileronRC.